porno mags.
Yeah, not anymore, dude.
God bless the porno mag. They're making a comeback.
Well, that's because of Pornhub.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
wait, of it. Yes, I'm glad too. These kids don't need to be watching that young. I think it's fine to read it.
We need to
Don't need to be watching it that young.
we need to encourage periodicals.
Huh? What is periodical?
That's another word for magazines.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know it's a Latin term.
Family brings joy, it's childhood destroyed. Hey, it's Tammy's boy. Tammy's boy, Tammy's boy. Hey, it's Tammy's boy.
Tammy's Boy Podcast is intended for entertainment purposes only. Jon Carden is not a licensed therapist. He is just a friend.
Well, come on in, everybody. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Tammy's Boy. You know me. I'm John. And one time my mom stole my car, told me she was going to Burlington, North Carolina, and ended up 3 states over to see a dude that she ended up marrying. So that's why I do the podcast. Behind the camera, we've got one of my best friends, my close associates, and my producer, Mr. Colt Garrett.
How the hell are we doing, everybody? We got a great episode for you today, as always. The full video is going to be available on YouTube and Spotify. I think you should check it out because I think it looks pretty good, but that's just me. No matter where you're watching it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because we got a lot more of these stories coming your way, but we can't do it without your support. We're growing every day, but tell a friend, tell your mom, tell your dad, depending on your relationship with them. Doesn't matter. Either way, that's enough out of me, guys. Thanks for all the support. John, who the hell we got on the couch today?
Well, Tammy's boys and girls. We got my buddy, dude. His regular East Austin Comedy Club. He did JFL.
New face.
Fucking new faces
new
on
faces, this one.
JFL, dude. He's been on Moon Tower. He's the second. He was runner-up and funniest person in Austin.
Second loser.
Yeah, second loser.
No, first loser. First loser.
That's right. If you ain't first, you're last. It's Dean Stanfield.
Yeehaw.
What's up, Bubba?
Hey, man. Look, having a good time. I'm trying to kick this cedar fever.
Cedar fever?
Yeah.
Is
I
that-
just woke. I mean, it's whatever the
Allergies that blew in.
allergies,
Yeah. I know everybody's feeling it.
Brother.
Everybody's feeling it.
I've been here for 32 years and it's kicked me in the ass.
I know. I knew
Everyone
it
I
was
can
coming,
remember.
so I got a cedar candle
Oh,
just to prepare. Because
I was messing around with honey and
Yeah, I do honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, local honey. I wonder if there's something about honey in cedar tree. If you could get you know what I mean?
oh yeah. Well, I think it's the idea is that the bees are flying around all the pollen and then making something with it. I'm no scientist, but I think it's all the pollen that makes the that's collected on the bees. That when they make their honey, it's like you're getting like microdosing.
Okay, yeah.
like tiny bits of whatever the pollen is. So you got to get. That's why you got to get something around here.
It's got to be local honey.
It's
Yeah.
got to be local honey.
Yeah, you can't use Wisconsin honey for Texas allergies.
Can't. You'll be fine in Wisconsin, but who wants to be that?
Yeah. Now, unless you're a pint of beer or a cheese curd, it's not
Oh,
a good
yeah.
place to be.
That's a bad place to be.
Yeah, it's a horrible place to be.
If you're a cheese curd, it's a terrible place to be.
Especially
Cheese
on a
curds are pretty
Sunday,
safe
dude.
in Texas.
On a Sunday, there's like being a turkey the day before Thanksgiving. That's not where you want to be. So we always start this off really simply with one simple question. It's who raised you?
Ooh, a bunch of people.
That's a common answer.
Jennifer Richards was responsible first, and then Glenn Stanfield did his time.
You're the first person ever to give full government names right up front, brother. I love that. Yeah. He's like Social Security number 137842273. That's my mama.
Jerry Stanfield took over when I was 14, and then after that, Neil Nixon kind of finished the product, and then
So there's basically 3 acts.
yeah. I'd say there is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take us to the opening act.
Oh man. Well,
What's the all right, just give me this. What's the first thing you remember? Who's the first person you said was raising you?
Jennifer?
Jennifer?
Jennifer Richards.
Jennifer Richards. Okay. What's the first memory you have with Jennifer? Is that mama?
That's Mama.
Okay.
I have the youngest memory I remember. It's probably 5 years old, and I remember that's weird. They were watching Friends,
Okay.
and I went to give her a kiss, and yeah, I just remember giving her a kiss and then going to bed.
And they were watching
I just
Friends?
like they were watching Friends. Just that memory popped into my head. Yeah,
Yeah, that's okay.
yeah.
You got Uncle Joey and Uncle Chandler on TV and
Yeah.
gave Mama a little peck and
Yeah.
went to bed. Was that common? Was that
What?
you remember that was like most nights where they were sitting there watching TV and then you would go to bed?
Yeah, I think so.
Kind of
yeah,
how it
yeah,
was, yeah.
Yeah.
What did she do for work?
Oh, she did. She was a paramedic and then a firefighter.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That explains you a lot more.
They left me alone a lot, brother.
That explains you. Dude, I knew it was either a paramedic, a firefighter, or a lunch lady. It was one of the three that raised you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, she was a she was a EMT. She was a firefighter first.
Okay.
And then she went to EMT and then retired from that.
Okay. And what about Papa?
Oh man. First memory I have of him is I was probably around the same age, 4 or 5, and he was breaking horses in Liberty Hill, I think, and at a veterinarian clinic. And he would, because he shoes horses, that's his career.
Okay.
And so he would just go around, and then every once in a while he'd pick up, some horse would need to be worked with, and so he'd mess around with that. And I remember I took this one I remember. It kicked on because he wouldn't. I used to be able to go like just run around and play. But then I used the head veterinarian's office and like his private bathroom and took a main shit.
Yeah.
And then that guy came out. He's like, this kid isn't allowed anywhere in this fucking house again. He's peeling paint off the walls. And I remember him just like getting in trouble for that. And my dad being like, geez, stand right here.
You got banned from a veterinary clinic for dropping too big of a deuce?
Yeah, too stinky of a one, dude. And I don't think it was very big, but it packed a punch. I was on donuts and Mountain Dew, powdered donuts and Mountain Dew.
Yeah, that's not a recipe for a healthy bowel movement, dude. That's enough to blow up a porta potty.
Yeah.
Oh man, donuts and Mountain Dew. God, take me back.
God.
Take me back. The good old
rivaling
It
days.
just ruined, boy, that would ruin my day now. I'd never shit right again. If I did eat that right now, it'd be the end of me.
What was that first act like? You got your parents are together, right?
Yeah.
So-
My mom and dad hooked up at and had me in college.
Do you know where they met? College?
I don't think the story. I don't know if either of them remember it very well. If I had to ask them to tell me.
Well, you know what? If they don't remember it, it's probably a pretty good story.
Yeah, it probably was. Out in Alpine, Texas, there were, but so I was an uh-oh baby. And then, dude, my dad, he had got arrested in Georgetown because that's where my grandpa was from. It's where
Shout out to Williamson County.
Yeah. And in true Williamson County fashion, they busted him. They had like a hay trailer full of stuff they shouldn't have had. And so he got busted. And that was like in high school, but then he didn't do his probation and then came back and went to college. And my mom, he was trying to like help. They were trying to like make it work. And they was living on a ranch and working and going to college still. And she was as well. And
This is after you was born?
After I was born.
Yeah.
And then I think he like forgets about his probation, and then they come just pick him up one day and drag him all the way back to Georgetown. And I mean, my mom didn't know anything about
Any of that. Yeah.
any of his family life, especially any of that. So he just disappears. And then she goes, "Where the heck in hell is he?" And she found one of his friends and got my grandpa's information, then just showed up with me and was like, "Hey, do you want to meet your grandson?" My grandpa was like, "Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be nice.
that'd be nice. Yeah, it's great. I'm glad I get to meet him here."
Also, where's my son?
Yeah. Also, which son? That's big dependent.
Yeah.
And then,
I mean, I think he should probably be here.
yeah. He should also be.
Yeah, for this
Is he
very
hiding in the
memorable
bushes?
moment.
Yeah. This might be a moment. Yeah.
And then they raised me in Georgetown, and they split up pretty quick after that. And dad lived in Florence, and mom lived in Georgetown. Gerald met my stepdad. They got married, and then and I just bounced around between the both of them.
Okay.
Growing up,
Did you like your stepdad?
I didn't at first.
It's always tough at first.
It's always very tough at first.
Yeah.
And then, but I grew to love. He's one of the coolest dudes
Hell yeah.
that's ever lived. Yeah. He's a race car mechanic. and an engineer.
That makes more sense. That makes more sense.
He works on Porsches and Corvettes. I mean, a bunch of different cars, but mainly Porsches.
So take me to that teen life when you're bouncing in between parent. You know, she's remarried.
Yeah.
New stepdad. Did your dad remarry?
Yeah, he remarried my stepmom, and they had 3 kids. So this was the hard part, because my mom divorced my stepdad when I was like 12, and I was like in middle school. So now there's potentially 3 houses that I can go to.
Okay.
And so I just start bouncing around to everybody's.
Oh, so you became everybody's kid.
Everybody's kid. 13, 14 years old. I started after like a year of that, they all stopped paying attention. And then so I would just go to like girls' houses. I would stay at friends' houses.
Okay. Nobody's calling to check up because mom doesn't really care much for dad, so she doesn't want to call dad, right? To see. And so you got
this
these
new thing is, you know, with her and my stepdad had just gone off, and she was working like 24. I was living with her a lot.
Yeah.
But she was gone like 24 hours, and then she'd be back for 48.
Oh yeah, because she's EMT.
Yeah. And so, but she's sleeping the most of the time, and my dad's rule was just like, hey, call me if you need me. But it's every other weekend supposedly by the court. But he was just like, you know, if you want to come over on a Wednesday or something, call me.
Yeah, I'm the same way with my kids.
Yeah. If you want to spend more time here.
Yeah.
But and then I got caught when I was 14. I got caught. I ran a scam, stealing mag lights from Walmart and then returning them for a gift card, and then getting one of the college kids to buy me a bunch of snuff, and then I was selling it at the high school.
Genius.
I mean, genius plan. Everything was great until we tried to save up. The plan, you can double your money. You can buy a can of snuff for $5 and you can sell it for 10.
Yeah.
And then you take, half that profit, buy new profit, and then, that's how, and not enough money to do much with it, but enough to, gas money driving around and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Enough to catch a charge.
Plenty to catch a charge. Well, first they hit us because we were trying to go to LJT, Larry Joe Taylor Fest.
Yeah. And
so we were saving up. And so I went and stole like 4 mag lights. And the guy had been kind of like on to me because I needed some cash.
If you don't know what a mag light is, if you've ever had a relative be arrested, they know what a mag light is.
Yeah, it's what. Let me tell you what. If you've ever been drunk and belligerent in Corpus Christi, Texas, you've been hit over the head with one.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. If you've ever went pointed through your window at 12 o'clock in the morning, it's because you probably have a drinking problem. You know what I mean? That's what a mag light is.
So yes, we were stealing these, and this guy had been on to us, I guess, for a little while. But we would steal from the Georgetown one, and then we would go to the Temple location and then trade them in.
Genius.
Get the stuff, drop the cards off with the college kid. He'd go buy us the snuff, bring it back to us.
Shout out to the Temple Owls.
Hey, holla back. Hoot hoot. So I got busted there. The guys, like, as soon as 2 steps out of the door, just tackled me onto the fucking concrete, grabbed my buddy, and they were like you're going, like, this has been going on long enough, but just what you have here is enough for us to like press charges. We're gonna press charges, but I think it was just like a fucking bring the cops down, try to scare us or whatever, and the other kid's mom shows up. And they're giving her the whole fucking rigmarole. He's going to prison, unless you can straighten him up. And I'd called my dad twice, straight to voicemail, or not, just went to voicemail. I left him a message, and they were like, "Look, you're not going home unless somebody comes up in here and gets you." And my mom was working, so I knew I couldn't call her, and it was going to be a problem if I called her. I knew it was going to be a problem with my dad, but at least he'd pick up. And so finally he picks up, and I go, "Hey, I got arrested at Walmart." He goes, "Jesus Christ!" He's like, "What are they going to do?" He's like, "Put him on the phone." So I put him on the phone, and they talk to him. "You need to come down here and get him, or he's going to go to jail." And they just hands me back the phone, and I go, "What did he say?" And they said, "You're going to jail." And so we sit there, and then the cops are
Gee,
like,
thanks, Dad.
yeah, no shit.
Way to talk him down, dude.
And didn't even like get me back on the phone. Just ended the whole thing.
Yeah, well, I don't think they're gonna put you back on the phone after that, buddy. You know what I mean? What's he gonna say? Hey, dude, sorry, man. I told him to lock you the fuck up.
Yeah.
I think it's better coming from the cop.
So they and the guy goes, all right, man. Well, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go forward with it. He leaves. He comes back and he goes, call your dad again. See if he'll just come pick you up.
Hey, man, if he's willing to let you go to jail, he seems like a good guy.
Yeah, whatever. You know?
It shows he's got good character. If he's willing to let his son get locked up for this.
That was probably what changed cops' minds. Like, damn, this kid has a pretty rough childhood. Maybe jail won't.
Well, why send that kid back to it? You know, I was just kind of like, hey, look.
So I've definitely
What are y'all
done
talking about
definitely
taking
done a
me?
flip game in my life for sure. When I was in the Army, I was in basic.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have any tobacco in basic. And I found out that there's certain PXs you could go to, on post in Fort Benning where they would sell, privates dip. And
Yeah.
so I go buy logs and I take them back to the barracks. And buddy, you think they would pay $10?
Yeah.
Brother, they would pay 20.
Really?
Yeah.
But
And I
why
was
can't they
selling
get
each
it on
can.
base?
Nobody had the because first off, you couldn't have it in basic. It was banned.
Oh,
right? It's contraband.
man.
It's contraband.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing, I can get kicked out for.
Yeah.
And I don't know the statute. I don't think there's a statute of limitation on
Well,
that. I
they
hope I
gotta
can't
come
lose
back
my
on
VA
that.
benefits for doing that.
Yeah, we'll fact check later.
Yeah. But
not now though.
but yeah,
Patreon.
I mean, so I definitely I was flipping dip. And
Dude, it's a great business.
well, here's the thing, everybody got caught.
Oh, everybody got caught. Well, at least
Yeah.
that's the way it needs to happen.
And what you
If
have to
everybody
remember
goes down.
Is
whole
I'm
family.
I'm Tammy's boy. All right. My mom trained me differently. Okay. Everybody else was brought up on the honor system.
Yeah.
I was not. Okay.
Yeah.
I was brought up to lie until you see the evidence and then question the motherfucking evidence. Okay, that's how I was brought up.
Yeah.
So when they gave everybody the amnesty period, they walked into the office and they were like, all right, if you got any contraband, put it on the desk. And brother, that desk looked like fucking TSA
Oh, just
on 9/12/2001. Okay,
they're stripping everybody.
there was leaf blowers up there. Like there was a full ass machete. Like anyway, no, there was about like fucking 20 cans of dip.
Yeah.
And so everybody that was trying to be honest wouldn't put their shit up there, and I was selling it.
Yeah.
I had 10 cans in my motherfucking hidden in my Foot Locker everywhere. Like if you would have opened a collar, a dip can would have fallen out. They were everywhere.
Yeah.
And when they were giving everybody else the amnesty period, and they're like, all right, you come forward now. We're not going to punish you and nobody's going to get in trouble. Okay. I didn't believe that
Bullshit.
for a fucking second.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, okay, I'll believe that when I see that nobody else gets in trouble.
Yeah.
That's when I'll be honest. They came out and saw all the contraband. They goes, this is the most we've ever had in 20 cycles of me being a drill sergeant. And so they go, everybody that put this up, step forward. And everybody that's put shit up, step forward like idiots. And they all got punished and they couldn't walk at graduation. That was
Oh,
the punishment.
really?
Yeah, that was the punishment. You just...
Well, so your families couldn't see
I
you,
think
dude?
they couldn't go to like Christmas Exodus. They lost that, and they lost and they lost something else, and they were pissed at me. Most of the guys
Oh,
in
yeah?
the unit that like stepped forward, they hated me.
Oh,
Because,
did they not check everybody's shit after they said? Oh, wow.
Oh, no, they used the honor system, and that's the last thing you want to use with Tammy's boy, dude. Because at the time I was not very honorable. I'm way more honorable now.
Yeah.
Now I would probably step forward and take my punishment like a man because I think that's the right thing to do. But at the time,
Well, it's just when you're that young.
I was fresh off of Tammy, dude. Like I was out of that Tammy school. My mom told me to lie, dude. It wasn't like my mom didn't tell me to lie to a husband. Like, hey, don't tell them we were at Rick's house. Okay, it was Tell them we were at Dollar General. I needed 9-volt batteries. We went to the back to get 9-volt batteries, but they didn't have any, so we went to Walmart. We walked all the way back there. I saw Cheryl, and when I saw Cheryl, we caught up, and you walked around the Walmart, and you went over and played games in the back for about 45 minutes. And then when I picked you up and playing games in the back 45 minutes, we went to the front, we checked out, and then we went over and we got food at Hardee's. We got food at Hardee's. You got 2 chicken tenders and French fries. I got a sweet tea and a biscuit, and then we went home. And brother, I could say every fucking word.
Yeah, you better.
Every word. Memorize it.
Yeah.
And all she had to do is say it one time. And I could repeat that shit to a stepdaddy like it was fucking gospel.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when I say I was indoctrinated in dishonesty, brother, I was brought up in it. I didn't see honesty until I was already a man.
And by then it's too late.
And by then it was too fucking late. The darkness had taken hold. But yeah, I mean, it took me a long time to get out of that fucking lying mode, dude.
Yeah.
Get out of the mode where it's just like instant reflexes to fucking lie. Because that was because they say fight or flight. Nah, fib is in there too.
Fib is in there too, brother.
Fucking fib's in there too. Did you get caught when you got caught?
Dude, so same cop, I get this maybe like a month later, and he gave me this whole, you got to straighten your life out. You know, you're getting off this time. And I was like, I mean, yeah, whatever. So I get back, I get punished for that. And then, maybe like a month and a half later, I didn't hide shit in my locker. I would hide it in the floor or in the ceiling tiles. I'd like stick cans up there. And then at lunch, you'd give me money. And then after school, I would like get your money, take your order. And then after school in the bus line, I'd give you, the cans and hand the cans out. And
wait, you're hiding stuff in the ceiling at school?
Yeah.
That's genius.
Wow.
Yeah. Snuff. That's like, it's where, where I sold it.
Yeah, dog. That's his snuff pocket, man.
That's my
Sorry,
snuff pocket,
guys.
dog.
You didn't know?
Right above the shitters.
I apologize.
I mean, that's a pretty classic place to hide any type of paraphernalia. If you go to most high schools and look above the shitters, you're going to see all kinds of shit, okay? You're going to see more, probably like, prison type shit. A couple shivs.
Depends on which school, yeah.
Yeah, it depends on which school.
Porno mags.
Yeah, not anymore, dude.
God bless the porno mag. They're making a comeback.
Well, that's because of Pornhub.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
of it. Yes, I'm glad too. These kids don't need to be watching that young. I think it's fine to read it.
We need to encourage.
Don't need to be watching it that young.
We need to encourage periodicals.
Huh? What is periodical?
That's another word for magazines.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know it's Latin term. Asshole. So
Periodicalus Maximus.
the periodicals. Yeah, I think it's But anyway, so I get caught. That's the cop that comes in. Like, I don't know if he's just like the juvenile guy, like when they have a problem with kids. And they bust me. I'm deny. That's not my shit. They're like, well, we got we got 5 kids that are saying that you sold them stuff, so we know you got it somewhere.
Yeah.
And we went into the bathroom and found like 3 or 4 logs up there. And so we know it's you. We looked in the cameras. We saw you coming out of the bathroom. Like, you're always going to this bathroom. Like, we have all this irrefutable evidence. And I go, all right. So the cop gets called in, and he's like, dude, you're going down the wrong path. I would let you off easy, but I think you need to have like
Coming to Jesus moment.
And so they called my dad in, and when they get there, they notice that when it checks in his driver's license, it says Florence, Texas. And then when my mom gets there, they check and they see that hers is Gerald, Texas.
Okay.
And they go, so who lives in Georgetown? And they go, oh, we don't. And they go, then why is your son going to Georgetown High School? And they go, oh, we just put down an address to get him in.
Shit.
And they go, okay, well, you can't do that.
That's
so
fraud.
I'm sitting there. That's fraud for sure. And
just slowly turning and looking at you.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You
So they called CPS.
You were just pissed about all the snitches snitching on
And
you.
my dad
you
was
actually
like, I
snitched on your
forgot that we
parents.
did that.
Dude, that's the driest snitch I've ever heard of. You know what I mean? The most unintentional snitch of all time. It's like you're in there for fucking hustling mag lights, and your parents go down for fucking address fraud. That's hilarious, dude. That's like the dude that called OnStar for a flat tire and got busted for cocaine possession.
Oh God,
You remember that?
No, I don't. But that's
Oh man, that was a case back in the day, dude. He fucking ended up hitting the OnStar button on accident during a drug deal.
Oh
Yeah, and they sent
so they
aid.
just got all of the. They're just getting the call.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he went to prison.
Yeah,
He went to prison.
yeah. Called
What
in on
happened to
himself.
professionals? You know,
That's crazy. So what happened when did they ever get like busted for that, or did you have to go to another school? Or?
They CPS was involved, and but then my dad is like got 3 kids living in a trailer that they don't have enough room for anyway, and we're already in bunk beds when I go over, and then that's because another one's got to pop off and sleep on the floor. 'Cause I'm not fucking sleeping on the floor. And he's still in that trailer right now. He still lives in the trailer. But he was like, I mean, I can't take it. My mom, they're like, you know, you're leaving the kid alone all the time. You know, he can't be unsupervised. Is the reason he's got all these problems. And so my grandpa took me, and I went to live in Los Fresnos.
Oh,
so I went from being in a predominantly white school to
Pretty much Mexico.
one of 7 white kids in the entire high school. And then I kind of straightened up after that.
you're like, I think I did something wrong.
Yeah, dude.
Started
I don't
paying
think you went to high school. It's scared straight.
Yeah. No. It was. I loved going
senior
down to
year.
Valley.
You were worried about being deported.
Yeah.
You're like, you ran when they said ice.
Yeah.
You're like, La Migra, fucking where?
Did your style change once you went there?
Yeah, I think I did go through a little bit of a.
Did you go through a Tejano phase?
No, dude. Weirdly enough, I went through like a. This is gonna be. I've already started. I think it was like maybe junior year, because I grew up with shit kickers my entire life.
No, did you have a
And
wigger phase?
I did, dude.
Oh shit!
I did a little
Me
bit.
too, dude.
Did you really?
Yeah.
It gets all of us.
Oh, my brother never left it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother's married to a black woman. My brother never left the phase, dude. You hear that
Sometimes they
Eminem
don't.
album at the right time of your life, right when you hate your mom just enough.
Dude, I was just hating. I mean, all of all of the authority figures.
Yeah.
and I was never allowed to listen to rap. I'm not allowed to. Yeah, I was never allowed to listen to rap.
Yeah.
growing up, especially my dad's, and then I grew up on a ranch, so it's like I just wasn't around it.
Well, people don't
And then I
understand,
got
man. Tim McGraw and Alan Jackson and Toby Keith, they taught us how to build drywall.
Yeah,
Eminem taught us how to tear it the fuck down.
yeah. Yeah, and George Jones taught us how to piss all over it. And
Hank Williams Jr. taught us how to be racist to it.
yeah, racist while we're doing it.
Yeah.
So I went through like a little bit of a. I just like moved to a new place, and I'd had so much just like back and forth all my life. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna. And my grandpa hated it. And he, and then,
Oh, I bet.
Oh man,
Was that your dad's dad?
yeah,
Was he strict?
yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
No
And then
elbows
going
on the
into a
table?
strict, I mean, brother, you talk about getting thumped.
Yeah.
That man thumped. And so, I went through like that for like maybe, I think it might have been like 6 months to a year, maybe, that I held out on it. And then,
For people that don't understand, in the South, like grandpa's house sometimes is military reform school.
brother, it was,
It really is.
Sometimes I would have wished I'd had it because there would have been community.
Yeah, right? Yeah,
been
because
other
then you're not
people
just
suffering.
getting fucked up by this old man all the time. Yeah.
And fucked up he would, dude. Oh man, grandpas are great at handing out work punishment.
Brother. Idle hands of the devil's workshop. They've got all these sayings that keep you working.
Yeah. Or he would take my time. If his rule was, I had like a little. I saved up for a Ford a Dodge Dakota.
Oh, man.
Love that thing, and I mean ran like a piece of shit.
That's a white trash Cadillac back in the day. If you don't understand, dude, Dodge
Yeah.
Dakota was, man. That was a sought after. That the Chevy S10.
Oh, brother, the S10s were, and they're worth like an old S10, like a 90s S10 is worth like $8,000 now.
It's crazy, man. You know how much the diesel Ford Excursions go for? Brother,
I bet.
70 and up.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, with the big diesel in it.
Yeah.
It was a 5.8 maybe. Big, I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, they go for like, the diesel Excursions go for a penny.
Fucking A.
Yeah,
Built like a tank.
Dodge Dakota.
And his rule was if he got up and left before I did, or if he would take off one of the wheels. He was like, you need to be up and out before I am. If you can't leave the house before I leave the house, that was like one way he would fuck with me. If I showed up late, if I showed up past curfew, he put it on jack stands and make me get up the next morning and have to put all my wheels back on. Like just that type shit.
No wonder you worked a pit crew.
Yeah, dude, I got good at it, brother.
No wonder you worked a pit crew, dude.
I got good at it. Yeah. Putting tires back on.
Hey, Grandpa, you see this punishment? I'm gonna go pro at it, or at least semi-pro.
He was just training me.
That's crazy, man. Did you ever time yourself putting them back on?
No, I was mad. I was too mad. Damn near late for school.
I wonder how many times you muttered this old motherfucker under your breath.
Oh God, Dr. Asshole. I call him Dr. Asshole.
Dr. Asshole?
Yeah. He's a vet. He has doctorates. And multiple times he'd catch me calling him an asshole. That's Dr. Asshole. Okay. Dr. Asshole.
Listen, man, I love that he owned it. And he's like, no, if you're going to say it. We'll put my title on it.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, I worked hard for that doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You better use it.
I'm sorry. If I'm a general and I'm an asshole, you're going to call me general fucking asshole. Yeah. Commander asshole, if you will. That's crazy. So how long did you live with him? Until you graduated?
Till I graduated.
Okay.
And then left straight to go work on the rigs for like 6 months, and then went straight to building power lines. And that's why I say who finished raising me was a guy named Neil Taylor.
Okay.
He's a power lineman. I was dating his daughter, and he just, wounded bird, just took me in. And I think if I would have been a much bigger dirtbag had he not
got a hold of you.
Got a hold of me.
Yeah. We all have those people.
Yeah. Thank God. I mean, there's good father figures out there. You don't,
for sure.
You don't have to just look for the one that bred you.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine was my acting teacher in college, Bob McAllister. I got his book over there. He was actually Chris Kattan's English teacher.
Really?
In high school. Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right. And
where at?
Bainbridge Island, Washington. I was living up in Paulsbo. I was going to Olympic College up there.
Oh, shit.
And I was doing like their UW
after
program.
the military?
After the military, yeah. And I was doing that, and I met him, dude, and he ended up, he changed my life. He taught me everything comes from something, always find the root, always, never be scared to make a lateral transition if ascension is imminent, and that's the reason I started comedy, and it's like, there's just so many things that he taught me that I tell myself all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything comes from something. I probably say that every day.
Everything comes from something.
Everything comes from something. There's a root to everything.
Yeah.
You just have to be willing to follow it.
Mm-hmm.
Some roots run deep. So
deep, boy.
What do you think the guy that was the lineman, Neil? He says
Neil. Yeah.
Neil? What do you think he did for you? Like if you could put like your finger on, because you said you would have been a different person.
Yeah.
And you would have been reckless. What things did you see in him that ended up made you a better person?
One thing I think he taught me was I think I'd had so much. I felt like everybody's responsibility. Every time I went to somebody, it was like they were blood. And so like, we got to fucking take care of Dean, you know.
You felt like a burden.
I felt like a burden on everybody.
Yeah.
And he showed me that just loved me for no reason.
He treated your presence like a gift.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That was huge. And then he was like, man, it's been said 100,000 times, and it's one of the only things that's true in life. Hard work gets you everything. Show up on time, give it your best shot. And he said, stuff like, it might be hard today. Tomorrow it's going to get a little easier. The next day it'll be a lot easier. that type of stuff. And then,
If you've ever worked a laborious job, you know that's true.
yeah. Yeah.
Because that first day, man, you're framing or roofing or painting or any of that shit, drywalling.
And you get
Brother,
off, you're fucking soaked in sweat. You're sore. You're like, this shit sucks. I can't even think.
Yep. And then you got to go home, hydrate and eat, sleep. And then guess what?
6 o'clock in the morning.
Fucking tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be this whole bullshit again.
Yep. And that's when you learn to start hiding in porta potties for a little bit.
Yeah.
Give
Yeah.
yourself a little breather.
Yeah, get real comfortable in there.
Dude,
Anything's worth doing is doing right.
I love that. Yeah. Right over my bed in there, it says good things come to those who work hard. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I get that, man. And I mean, I don't think that, I'll say this to the camera. There's no replacement whatsoever for somebody being happy to see you. For somebody like welcoming your presence and enjoying your company.
Yeah.
There is no replacement for that. It is one of the best feelings on the planet. And when you've never felt it, truly felt it, it can feel like the coldest drink on the hottest fucking day. And you can get a loyalty out of somebody that you've never had.
Yeah.
By literally just enjoying them.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It's insane.
And it's like there's somebody out there that will enjoy you. And you have to know that. Even if your family's not enjoying you right now and like you're a burden to them or whatever, there is somebody out there that will innocently and truly like love you. And so just know there's always fucking hope.
Yep.
Always.
Always. Yeah. And integrity.
What ended up happening with you and his daughter?
Oh, I think me and him got along too much.
She's like, I think he's trying to steal my dad.
Yeah, all the time, dude, all the time. No, I went off to build power lines, and she went off to college.
You're showing up with flowers for her dad.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, these are for you. Is your dad outside?
He's kind of like my dad now, so sister?
Where's Papa?
Still into it. We're just making sure.
Where's Paul?
Where's Paul?
Yeah, no, we broke up, and then crappily, it just got like, it got to the point, I remember it was fine, like the first, because I did a lot of family, I dated her for a couple of years. And I went to a few Christmases, the family loved me, and after we broke up, it was like, it was awkward, but then they were like, hey, do you want to keep coming to Christmas? And I was like, yeah, I'll come. We'll see. She did not like it.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, that was my next question.
I mean, picked me up, walked me outside, and goes, yeah, you're not doing this. And I go, oh, it's fine, right? I thought it was weird too. I don't know, they asked me to come. But
did you take her a present?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Take her dad a present.
Yeah.
That was the next question. Yeah. What'd you get him? Some fishing lures?
I can't remember what I got. Maybe a knife.
Knife?
Yeah.
Buck or Gerber?
Case.
Case? Oh, he was a good man.
He was a good man.
He was a good fucking man.
He's a good man.
Got him a case. Damn. That's great, dude.
Yeah.
So did you ever when you were there with your grandpa, did you ever resent your mom and dad a little bit for not doing the job, for not having a place where you could be? And
I think I was just happy to be out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're talking, I mean, obviously, I had built up resentment towards both of them by the time I got there. Because then it was like, I'd never been in a solid home. I'd seen them with other friends and stuff. But then you see somebody finally doing something about it, and having good structure and how good it is.
Yeah.
And you turn around and you go, you could have done this from the freaking beginning.
Yeah.
How much better would I be,
Are your brothers and sisters from your dad's side, are they in good places? Would you say that? I'm not asking if you're doing better than them.
Yeah,
That's the easy ask.
Yeah.
Right? But no, I'm asking, do you think they're in good places?
They're 18, 14, and 12.
Okay, so they're still young.
They're still young. Yeah.
Yeah, they're still.
But,
how old are
there
you?
are 32.
32. Your dad.
Yeah, I know.
Long career.
Long career, brother.
Dude.
And just,
It's a marathon, huh?
Yeah. He's getting out. He was running.
Yeah.
He's been running.
He's been running, dude. He's been running, man. They let him out of Williamson County, and he never looked back.
Brother, surely did not. Full steam ahead. He, my sister though, my mom's from my mom.
Okay, so you've got two different sets of half siblings.
Yeah.
Okay, I've only got one.
Oh, really?
got the
Out of
one
all
half.
the,
I know.
wow.
Yeah, Tammy tied them tubes. Thank God.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Thank God.
Not good, but
I can't imagine what the later ones would have been like. Because
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You'd have a brother that's like 12 right now.
I mean, yeah, but also like my mom when I was 18 was absolutely batshit. Like she was
Yeah, it
dating
doesn't
5
get-
dudes at one time. One was a prison guard, one was a prisoner. I'm not making that up.
same prison. Same prison.
Yeah. No, take it back. He was in the Danville. He had gotten out of the Danville work farm.
Yeah.
And the prison guard was at the Yanceyville prison.
Wow.
Yeah. So one had got locked up in Virginia, but yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So I mean, I couldn't imagine what a younger. I thought about it the other day. Would it have been like if my mom had Instagram? If my mom had social media, I think I might have had a better life. You know what I mean? Because I think that she could have cast a wider net and ended up getting a better dude. Because she would have to go to bars and meet the bottom of the barrel. The only way there was, in the 90s was you go to the bars.
Yeah.
And that's how
Bars
you
or
meet people.
church.
Bars or church.
Yeah.
And my mom picked bars.
yeah.
She picked bars, a lot of bars. And I couldn't help but wonder, you know what I mean? If there was Christian Mingle.
Oh yeah.
Or if, there
What
was
is the plenty of fish?
farmers only.
Farmers only. There's plenty of farmers out there. You get some land.
Well, first off, she didn't need farmers only to meet a farmer. Okay, she did
Yeah.
that at the bar.
Yeah. There's plenty
She
of them
got
there.
that in. He had a 360 acre
Well,
tobacco
but those
farm.
those aren't the ones that you want. You want the ones that are like shy and kind of, antisocial.
Yeah.
That don't want to go to the bar.
You want good men.
Good men.
You want good men. And
men.
you couldn't find good men in the 90s unless you went to church.
Yeah.
And my mom would have lit on fire before she got to the third pew.
Damn it, shoot souls of them.
No, man. She used to take us to church. We went to Revival. You ever go to Revival?
No, but we had one that was like similar called Celebration.
Okay.
It was just a Baptist,
Yeah.
like real high energy.
White tent.
White tent.
Yeah.
Well, they would know. Well, this one was they had like brick and mortar as well, but they would do a lot of those.
Have you ever felt the Holy
Baptists.
Spirit?
Yeah,
I know I have.
brother, multiple times.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe in God, but I know I felt the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Or something of that. It's a weird energy when you're in a church.
Yeah.
You can feel it. In a black church, it overcomes you.
Yeah, but I think that's a lot of singing and like a lot of
It's
more like
jubilation.
energy.
Jubilation is the
jubilation. Yes,
is the best word for it because you feel the happiness.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. But I've never felt that in a Catholic church.
No.
Ever.
Well, but I've only been to like weddings and funerals at Catholic churches. I've been to a couple masses.
I've been to a
but
couple
we're
masses
drunk.
and some Sundays and
Yeah.
But ultimately, I don't know what it is about Southern church, and it's not just black church. I felt it at white church too.
Yeah, 100%.
But there was this one guy, Danny something. He did the white tent revivals in Southern Virginia and Northern North Carolina, and man, you could feel it.
Yeah.
Like you could feel like everybody in there. Like I don't know what energy it is.
I think it's Holy Spirit.
Okay, the Holy Spirit. Yeah, I mean, call it that. But it's no matter what
living
you
Lord.
call it, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's damn near orgasmic.
It is. It true. I mean, really, when everybody's, and there's also something about a bunch of people like that coming together.
Yeah.
You can feel it. You can feel it. It feels great.
Yeah. Do you ever go to church now?
I don't. I haven't in probably 4 years, 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit. Yeah.
I'd like to go back.
I don't know what it was that really because my daughter's religious.
Yeah.
Extremely religious. I mean, I don't want to give her Instagram away, so make sure, please bleep this.
Got it.
Her Instagram,
Aw.
yeah. So she's in it.
Yeah.
She's in it, dude. And she posts scripture every day and she reads her Bible every day. And
That's a great thing.
listen, if
There's a lot of good stuff in the Bible.
here's what I wanted, okay? I either wanted devout Christian or hardcore lesbian.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, and I got one.
Yeah.
I got one. She wants to do a minister program. She wants to be a minister.
Dang.
She wants to like spend her life doing like mission work and social work. And I'm like, listen, that's cool.
Yeah.
But if they're a tribe that has not been contacted, you ain't gonna be the one. I'm sorry, I'm not signing that permission slip.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sending you down to a tribe where you know that they still think rape is cool. Yeah, we're not doing that.
They still, nah.
Yeah,
It's totally cool, though.
I took out 2 this week, bro.
Is that New Zealand? Is that New Zealanders?
Oh man. So how's your relationship with your mom and dad right now?
Mom's is good. I go see her. We're going to see Billy Strings this Saturday.
Okay.
She got me Billy Strings tickets for my birthday.
That's sweet. Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. 32 years old. But yeah, it's good with her. She's going to welding school now in Austin, ACC.
So she went from firefighter to EMT to welder?
Yeah. Well, she worked in daycare in between those. But, for some, yeah, she's great with kids.
Are you sure you don't have 2 dads?
Yeah, look at me. 2 dads or 2 lesbian moms. I don't know you too.
One of your dads is like that soft southerner, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hey, y'all, come on in. I'm happy y'all are here. Sweet tea's in the fridge. Take your shoes off.
Oh, Glenn would be upset he hears that.
Glenn's going to beat my ass, dude. Me and Glenn going to fight outside the trailer. Hey, listen, dude. If Glenn plays his cards right, he'd be my stepdad next week.
Yeah. Hey, he's single.
Yeah. It don't take much to get Tammy.
Tammy and Glenn.
You just got to, put Xanax
Glenn
in
and
a row
Tammy.
to the bedroom. And she'll follow him like Hansel and Gretel follow the crumbs to the witch's cabin, dude.
Be asleep by the time she gets there.
Perfect for him.
Perfect.
He ain't got to work for it. And believe me, she don't care.
Tammy.
If she's snoozing, you can go a cruising. It's really tattooed on her back.
Oh, God. Good Lord, Tam.
I'm not going to finish what I was thinking. Do not resuscitate.
Do not. Oh,
All right, I'm done.
Next.
do not. So, one thing Neil did teach me is that that game wardens are he taught me how to fuck with game wardens, and this is something that I have used my entire
brother.
life.
This is where we're going to agree to disagree.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because if there's 3 things I don't fuck with in life, okay,
Are they up there?
I don't fuck with Russia. I don't fuck with an angry bear mother.
Yeah.
And I don't fuck with game wardens.
I've met a couple that I like. The majority of them are dickheads, and they have all of the power in the world.
Brother, okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
And here's why I'll sympathize with a fucking game warden. Until you've walked up on 10 rednecks
Yeah.
in the middle of nowhere, fully armed, with 2 cases of beer, by your goddamn self,
Yeah.
and green pants with a badge and a fucking pea shooter.
What an idiot.
I mean,
That they would do that.
you call it an idiot. Some people call it bravery.
Yeah.
You know? I mean,
Yeah.
and he ain't doing nothing to try to save a little dough. You know what I mean?
He's so gay. No. I think there's a good. But what we would do is we'd go up into the parking lots. If we saw a game warden parked at any of the any of the reservations, or they have like public lands, or if we just saw them parked in the, sometimes they park and then like walk into a field if they heard something investigating. We'd pull up, and then you get a air pump, right?
Yeah.
Like an electronic air pump, and you
Yeah.
stick it out there, and then you just release all the air out of their tires. And then if anybody catches you, you go, I saw that they were flat. I was trying to help him. And then they come back and
That's wild.
Literally fucking with a police officer.
yeah.
That's wild,
crazy.
dude. That's hilarious.
Wait, you said someone taught you this?
Yeah.
Who taught you that?
Well, maybe it doesn't make him look as good anymore.
Neil? Oh, that's a perfect way to close this up, man. I tell you what a great positive role model right there, dude. Yeah, but I don't fuck with game wardens.
No?
Man. No, man. Because here's the thing: I've seen poachers out in the woods and shit, and
Yeah.
people going out and hunting illegally, and I don't know if people know the way that gun rights work in this country.
Yeah.
But the hardest thing you could probably do on the face of this planet is to take the gun out of a redneck's hands. And
the
game
woods.
wardens have to do that with a smile on their face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Game
Yeah.
wardens have to do that and not piss the other 9 off.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing, man.
And then
with-
at the
with
same
game-
time, they got to worry about the air in their tires not being there whenever they get back.
Yeah.
Because Dean's out here.
If they
just-
lived
Dean's
in, if
out
they
there
lived in Williamson County,
yeah, Dean's out there
Harris.
robbing PSI, dude.
Yeah, dude.
The old PSI burglar, dude. He's like, you think you're going to have 38 on my shift? No, 24, bitch.
We're dropping it down to 24, brother. You're gonna hear a lot of clack, 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 clack.
Well, I mean, I'm interested to hear what you have to say about this because we always close this up in a simple way. It's always, if you have one piece of advice to give to every parent out there raising a kid right now, based on how you were raised,
Yeah.
based on what you went through, your own personal childhood experience, and it's not really your opinion, it's just your experience.
Yeah.
What piece of advice would you give to every parent?
I would say hug them and tell them you love them,
Okay.
and don't make work a punishment. I think there's one thing that I after like you my dad would make me like every time I'd mess something up, I was digging a fence post hole. I was restretching wire, cleaning horse stalls, just doing some type of picking up rocks. I hate picking up rocks now. I won't pick up somebody goes, oh, you want to go skip stones? No.
Buddy, I've chucked rocks every day. I've cleared fields. I've cleared fields.
Yeah. And so, but then that makes work seem like a punishment.
One
And
of
it
the
took me a
things-
while to get over that.
One of the things I had to do when I was like going through therapy and reparenting myself
Yeah.
was that I had to celebrate my ability to be responsible. And I had to like hype myself up a little bit.
Yeah.
When I'm like, yo, you get to do the dishes.
Yeah.
It's not just a thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
You get to take care of yourself.
Yeah. That's huge, dude.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And so that was big for me when reparenting was like reshaping the way I looked at responsibility. And it's like making the bed, it wasn't to make my mom happy.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing it because I used to do all these things just to keep my mom happy. Because my mom would be in a Valium coma.
Yeah.
And she's still OCD, so she still wants her house clean. So I'm her proxy.
Yeah.
And I'm the one that's constantly cleaning to keep her happy
Yeah.
so that I can have peace. You know what I mean? I'm constantly peacekeeping.
Yeah.
And I would peacekeep through action, right? And I still do that now, where it's like, oh, but I did this for you. Why are you mad at me? You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's like, I don't understand why you're mad. I did the thing.
Yeah.
But that thing is not the thing. And so, yeah, it took a long time to reframe the way I looked at responsibility and the fact that I wasn't doing it to make somebody else happy. I was
you
doing
do stuff for yourself.
doing it for me. But
Yeah.
I never viewed myself as mattering.
Yeah.
enough.
Worth of. Yeah.
Because I didn't do anything for me. I was completely selfless. I had to take care of everybody else.
Yeah.
All these fucking sick adults. And everybody was disabled. So disabled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you could never trust
They
that
were
either.
where they were, but by their own,
Oh, me and my
volition.
brother said, "Do you want the cure for Tammy's ailments?" We're like, "Yeah, give her tickets to Cabo. Give her a cruise.
Yeah.
She'll spring
come
out of
that.
bed like fucking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory's grandpa. Like all of a sudden she'll find her hat and her cane and she'll be dancing out the
She's got that
goddamn door.
golden ticket.
Yeah, she got the golden ticket. That was Tammy. She had a migraine until there was a party going on. Yeah, then she's 3 Z-Maritas in doing the electric slide with somebody's fucking uncle. Well, thank you guys for coming in. This has been another fun-filled episode of Tammy's Boy. Let them know where they can find you, brother.
Dean Stanfield on Instagram.
There you go. And you know where to find me right back here every week. Make sure you're doing that thing we need you to do, liking and subscribing, and we'll keep doing what we're trying to do by making this the best podcast in the whole damn world.
Damn right.
We love you so much. Thank you for coming. See you soon.
Yeehaw.
Each family brings joy. As a childhood destroyed. Hey, it's Tammy's boy. Is your mama alive? Did your daddy make you cry? Hey,